right, we're here at the Trails End Apiary, and we're going to, we've renamed the hives. Instead of just I may still refer to them as numbers, in which case these would be 1, 2, and 3. But by name, these are the Baggins, the Bulger, and the Proudfoot hives. Let me grab that hive tool. Over here, we've got the Brandy Buck, the Took, and the Gamji hives. Over here, we've got Boffin and Underhill. And there's at least one additional family name of hobbits that we can use for whatever our next one is. I'm going to attempt today to do just a very quick health check on all of these hives. So here we go. I'm going to try not to take too much time with this. So I'm going to first give them a nice dose of smoke. A little bit in the entrance, a little bit in the vent holes, and a little bit under the lid. I'm just going to let them sit for a minute while I also smoke the adjacent hive to give them a little time to be reacting to the smoke. Lots of population in this one. And then finally I'll do one more. We'll do the Gamji hive, which doesn't look like... Oh, no, there's good population there. Oh, they've been having some real problems with foam collapse from the heat. All right, we'll see the details of that in a minute. Might have to move these hives that are in the full sun. A lot of people recommend full sun for beehives, and that's great in the north. But in Texas, they need a little shade and also some good insulation. All right, let's go ahead and do a quick check. I'm looking for signs of population. I'm looking for comb development. I'm looking for possible honey. And I'm looking for signs of queen rightness. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Frame 7 is largely undeveloped. Frame 6. I think the development that we see here was mostly given to them. They've cleaned it up a little bit, but not done a whole lot of additional work on it. Frame 5. This one's looking better. They're storing up honey. There's capped honey on this side, uncapped on that. They've added some depth to the frame. This one was queenless for a time, so I expect it's taking time for the population to ramp up. I'm not seeing any worrisome amounts of hive beetles, not seeing any signs of wax moth, and I'll just pull out this one. Whoop, let's see if I can avoid making a mess here. I've done a little bit of cross combing here. So down at the bottom, you can see we've got fresh brood. Over here we've got fresh brood. I see larvae. I'm not going to waste time looking for the queen because I want this to just be a quick inspection. So this colony is queen right. They don't need any additional space at this time. And I don't see any signs of comb collapse in this colony. Oh, this is the one where I've got some of these divider boards that don't reach far enough. Okay, Brandy Buck, colony 4. I think that used to be 3 before we added the new hive. those are just notes for my own later reference. They're in good shape. A little on the small side population-wise, but this is their first year. They were queenless for a time, so I'm not worried about them. All right, a little more smoke here. This colony, I think, has much more population. There's the, make sure that you can see what I think you can see. All right, I'm going to set the lid down. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven on this hive. Good population. If I had a frame to give them, I should be giving them an additional frame because they're fully drawn out here. Unfortunately, I am not currently equipped with additional frames. Take a look at this. Capped honey near the top, uncapped nectar near the bottom. The same was on the other side. So there's a hive beetle, just one, dead one now. The next one is about the same, fully drawn out, about 50% capped, but enough uncapped that I should not. Actually, you know what? Because this one uses a dowel in between those two, I could cut out the top section separately and give them back the bottom section, let them redraw the top. I should do that just because otherwise they're going to be out of space. If they get out of space, then they want to swarm. Just killed a larva, I think it was a wax moth perhaps. Just one. All right. So, I'm going to get my bucket ready. I'm going to shake these bees off the frame. I'm going to cut out the top part. Next year we expect that we'll have an extractor that will work with the larger lay-in frames. But this year we don't, so we're doing crush and strain. Did not bring a bee brush. So let me try to smoke them off. And now, because we're doing crush and strain, let me show you what this is going to look like. I'm just going to turn this over the bucket. I'm going to slice down along the edge, slice down along the top of the dowel, slice down along the other edge, and then I'm going to give them, leave a little bit of wax at the top for them to build on. I'm going to quickly cover that bucket, move it aside, and now I can give the bees this half a frame back, and they've got room to grow. All right, so now that was frame 6. Frame 5. They've got brood. It's nearly, let's see, what was it? Probably 90% drawn. Frame 4. Brood, including drone brood. A lot of the cells are being backfilled with honey, but not all of them, and I do see eggs. We have a queen. They're queen right, and I'm not going to take anything else from them. We're just going to close them up and move on. These are being pretty gentle so far. Oh, I'm sorry, I left the camera probably looking at my waist. Sorry about that. But at any rate, we're ready to put this one back together. I'm working these three because they're in the sun and I want to get out of the sun for the rest. All right. Now, let me give you a different vantage point for this one. This is the Gamji hive. I think we once labeled it as 5. It's now 6. Okay, we've got a lot of frames here. I could actually pull one of those frames out to give to another hive because they're not making use of it. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is undeveloped. 7 is undeveloped. 6 is undeveloped. 5 has had some comb collapse. Now that I think about it, I think this one I gave them from another colony, so I don't think the comb collapse happened here. I think I left that down there because I was concerned that they have a place to lay. And here on 4, I see a top half. It's heavy with honey. The bottom half is being used for brood. It's being backfilled pretty heavily, but with these other, the queen will have space to lay. I don't think I'm going to take anything from this colony. I could take that top half, but because it's on overbrood, I'd rather just leave it alone. We'll close them up. I'm going to take out 2 frames in case they're more needed by another colony. And this was another one I think where I just left the divider board out of position on that one. All right, we're going to set those out and use them if needed and seal this colony back up. So now we're going to come over to the Shady hives. Got one bee that's buzzing me long and loud. All right, we're going to give them some smoke here. Oh, I almost let my smoker go out. Come on, back to life now. Oh my, the stuff I had in there melted down. It must have been smoking really good. Let me grab some dry grass. There we go. Still had plenty of heat, just not any fuel to smoke. I'd have been charring the bees if I'd continued to puff on them like that. Let's see, more grass. pack that down really well. That reduces the airflow. Make sure that the smoke when it comes out is cooler than it would otherwise be. All right. Now we can close that up. Puff it a little bit to revitalize it. And now give them some decent cool smoke. Oh wow, you got a big old black and yellow garden spider. I've heard them called garden spiders. I've heard them called banana spiders. They are one of my favorite insects in the world. Had a childhood experience where I was able to watch them tear down the previous night's web and draw a new web. There's that gorgeous spider web right there. And there's the artist who spun it. And I hate to disrupt her work, but when I open the lid, it's going to at least damage, if not, it won't destroy the whole web, but it'll damage a little bit of her work. All right, so let's go into boffin now. I don't see tons of hive beetle scurrying. I see good population here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames. A little bigger hive than those we were just dealing with, although it does look like it's another case where I added several frames and they're not making use of them as quick as I thought they might. That's probably a good indicator that while the flow was going strong when I was last out here, oh, they've had a little hive collapse, or comb collapse rather. Whoop, lost some. All right, I'm going to cut this out for now. May try to, no, I think I'll let the bees recover that. I don't think it was enough. I don't think it was enough cap for it to be a good candidate for me to add that to my bucket. I do think I should probably remove it from the hive. Toss it out. Toss it over there. There's some risk that I could induce robbing behavior by doing that. But I think all of these hives have small enough entrances. And the concern is not that they're robbing out that wax, although they will fight over it a little bit. The concern with robbing behavior is that they might then try to go into hives that are perceived to be weaker and rob them out too. But I think all of these colonies have enough population to defend themselves. All right, so they're working on this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that was 9. Probably about half drawn. Much of it capped with capped honey. And this is 8. Fully drawn or 90% drawn. Much of it is capped. And it looks like it's going to be entirely honey, just not all ready to process. Although looks like on the other side, I don't know. This is probably before I leveled the hives, and the comb is a little crooked there. All right. Got a little cross combing going on here. Sever that. And here we're finding some brood, again, being backfilled with nectar. Not a lot of room for them A lot of it's capped. The honey is capped. I may have to add that, well, yeah, I was going to add that frame back in anyway. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. Yeah, we've got some cross combing down on the lower side. Oh, that's going to be a mess. Okay. I'm going to leave this out for now because I've got a little bit of a mess to clean up. I'm not sure where that other... There must have been some double layering going on, and one of the layers fell off. See if I can retrieve this. Oh, it's mushy. Oh man, I hate having to do this. Hopefully now that I've leveled the hives out, it'll get better as time goes by, and we'll have fewer cases where we need to do that. They're registering their displeasure with me. Alright, this frame separates cleanly. It's got brood. We've got fresh brood, and the queen has places to lay. So that is very good. And I don't need to go any further. And so we're just going to put this back together and hope the bees will be encouraged to keep things straight now. Get this frame to go in. And this frame. And the only things we really removed there were the collapsed foam and cross combing. Alright, so they'll have some cleanup to do. We're leaving them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames. Alright. And away we go. For the sake of time, I'm going to leave the camera angle at the same place. What we have here. Alright, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Frame 10, they haven't drawn, partly because frame 9 is so oversized and messed up. Oh my, that's going to be a real mess. Maybe I can get away with harvesting it. We'll see. Okay. So this is one heavy mass of honey. Just bulging. It's departed from straight. Possibly from the weight of the wax and the softness and the heat. To straighten things out a little bit, I'm going to, let's see, we got some cross combing in that next frame. I'm going to cut out the cross comb. Yeah, they're really, I must have given them this one. And I'm going to reposition it to the end because it's so, it takes up extra space on both top and bottom. So I'm going to push it over here, and that will encourage them, I think, to draw the other frames straighter. Here's the next one. So 9, what used to be 10, I think is now 9, is undeveloped. 8 is undeveloped. That's interesting. These bees appear to habitually want deeper comb in their on their honey frame. Because this one is also extending way beyond the place where we want it to. They're packing it full. Not fully developed, so there's more room for them to grow. So 6 has some brood on the bottom, honey on the top. They're not backfilling terribly. Queen has room to lay. Looks the same on the next one. So I believe we're in good shape. I'm not going to intrude any further. Or our fall visit to this hive, if all goes well, should be amazing. I think we're going to get to take some nice, fat, thick honeycomb with it. I'm leaving some extra space here just because the frames to the sides have so overused the space. We'll see how that works. If they want to draw deep combs of honey, I can support that. Oh, we got another garden spider down there. The garden spiders are going to have quite the feast in this location, I think. Grab a free bee whenever they want. All right, so now we've got Baggins, Bulger, and Proudfoot. Take a look at this one real quick. Alright, I see hive beetles right off the bat, 4 or 5 of them. I'll have to watch that if they don't have enough population, but the population in this one was really good previously. This is frame 14. They've got more space they can develop, but they're laying that up with capped honey. Really nice. You know, I should have taken that out for space. Here they come. These guys tend to be pretty defensive. hopefully that will redirect some of their energy a little bit. Okay, this next frame is undeveloped. I think maybe what I'll do, let me look at this next to last frame again. These are capped all the way down. Oh, that's why there wasn't anything in this other one. It's all attached to the sidewall. So I'm going to harvest this. Alright, we're just going to put this back and let them get back to work. What's that?
We're just passing through.
Okay.
I'm just giving Ayla a tour.
I'm harvesting some honey. So I'll try to wrap. I've just got these two to go, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, this was the one that we bought and just added a couple of weeks ago. So this one is going to be difficult to work with in terms of my usual method of counting from the end with the entrance, because the entrances on this one are on the other side, and they're in the center. So we'll just number them from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's going to be 14 here. So 14. They haven't developed. We gave them a little bit of header. 13 is undeveloped. 12 is undeveloped. 11 is undeveloped. Here we go. So this would be 10. We've got brood. A little bit of place to lay, not a lot. That's encouraging. What I need to see is larvae to be sure that we transferred this colony from a swarm trap. All right, I see larvae too young to have been eggs when we moved them. So we did get the queen. We know that now. So, let's see. So this is 9. 9 is about 30% drawn. It's got brood, some food resources, as all of them will have this time of the year, or they should. 8 also has brood. Oh boy, we're going to have a booming population soon. Brood on 7. brood on 6. No significant development on 5 or the rest of them. All right, so what we've got is from frame 6, 7, 8, and 9, so 4 frames that have substantial amounts of brood. If I missed one, if there was actually 5, I'll be able to catch that when I review the video. But by my recollection right now, 4 or 5 frames with brood on it. I'm happy with that. We'll let these girls get back to work. All right, so now that was Bulger. This is Proudfoot. Proudfoot may have our, I don't know, they don't seem to have a whole lot of, no, they've got population. Whoop, they do. Okay. We've got several issues happening here. They've built some on the roof there, and we've got some sideways comb on this last frame. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. So this comb has fallen to the bottom and it's empty. They're not using it for anything. I'm just going to take that away. Here, we've got one section that is honeycomb and misshapen. So I'm going to cut away the excess and then try to squeeze the rest in line with the frame. I'm just going to push it through the wire, straighten it out. I'll have to go do some significant repair, but hopefully that will correct that tendency. And then this section that just kind of goes off on a tangent, I'm just going to slice it right off. I think we'll let them recover it in the bottom of the hive. Once again, down here we're going to try to do some deformation of the comb, trying to fit both of these in the same plane. There we go. Hopefully that'll help. That was frame 6. I think I was calling it 5. Frame 6 also has some double layering. Lots of honey, but also we've got brood. We've got 2 different layers going there. I'm going to try to just avoid manipulating that for now. Next frame has a lot of brood. They've got plenty of room to draw new comb. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to press these up firm, hoping to minimize the wonkiness. I'm going to add 2 more frames for them to draw comb on instead of on the lid. I'm going to move this and bring it up flush. Try to persuade them that there is a space limit in their hive. And then I'm just going to cut this out and let it be robbed out. One side was capped. If both sides were capped, I could have left it there. Okay, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching. Wish me good luck as I get back to the tavern without heat exhaustion or bee sting.